different platform. TTPTV. Oh yeah. Unale we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet, sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as well on for tomorrow. Now we go make salute.
The program Good Morning Salon, President Julius Marabio say in government they look inside the tribunal report where the committee don't go Anoba Turam for sake of the investigation we then do, but the first time Auditor General Lara Taylor Pierce and in Deputy Tamba Momo. The Minister of Agriculture, Forestry and Food Security, and Musa Paka say the reason we make the public not get better understanding about the Tamobom Rest projects now because government's not been communicate the idea of this project fine. And today inside the program Radio Democracy, we look at the issues them we get for do with constitutional reform in the country.
With this and plenty other stories and for inside the program this morning, plus the chairman for the Public Accounts Committee in the Parliament, Honorable Ibrahim Tawakonte, don't say the 2022 audit report shows say 25 members of Parliament them been take $15,000 loan from the Salon Commercial Bank for buy sport edition motorcar with an Omi buy. Remember say the list will be live on www.democracy.sl and set from radio partner them. Radio Shallow 89.5 na Koinaduga and Falabadi Streets, same so on Radio Maleng 88.5, Radio 1J 101.3 na Pujen District, Radio Colente 90.0 na Cambia, Radio Moa 105.5 na Kailao, Vopad Radio na Watalo, Voice of Sando na Konodi Street, and Voice of Karine na Kamakwe on 98.0, and Voice of Masoro na Pujen District. The program na Good Morning Salon will come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And member Sena Leo Rock Metal Group, the sponsor Radio Democracy for bringing this program come to you every morning. And this program is powered by Africell. Musa?
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue with man, a very rainy morning. How you see the road then coming home, to work?
I think the Freetown City Council, need for reach now all lane streets then for Winner Wilkins Road. If you see dirty.
I mean, by this Sabah gutter, the water shift Mutka then send them na gutter. I think the council need a get for go out this morning and do plenty work them, or the traffic go heavy this morning for people to go out for go work because dirty block road na some side there.
And at this make we say we really know what to for do with the environment because these are some of the issues them we they unbug the environment because people they cut stick and do other bad things them. And if this continue, it get for be serious problem. Really not too.
And I think not to only cut stick them, we very bad, but also people they use the gutter for three dirty. We make way rain come, the dirty they flop the streets, you see dirty they car push motor and they really push on a gutter. I think the council need to go out this morning and clean some streets them. If not, that's it go difficult for people really go work this morning because the traffic get for heavy because of dirty. Don't block roads on side them. The program Good Morning Salon they continue and we start for look at issues. We go inside our salon. They join the rest of the world for observe World Albinism Day. We na Thursday, June 13, 2024. The national coordinator for the Salon Albinism, Pastor Usman Bob, say that they use this day for raise awareness about albino them, where people can call Jews in the country. They talk more about this day and self some pan they challenge them where then they get as inside this interview with Fenella Edith Stonti.
Persons with albinism, because actually we not can call we self albino because United Nations say na a name way discriminate ki. But persons with albinism na person the way before say then get color the way go say then are black people there at the same time no call them say then are white people them because then lack one thing way scientists then call melanin we responsible for the coloration of the skin, and because of them lack that particular thing they you can find out say then can see another eye, something in their skin, something in their ear we make we for different from other people then.
So una they call albinism to disability. Why this call?
Yeah, thank you very much. Persons with albinism normally people then refer to we as disabled people. We not people there with disability. The simple reason being now because disability now whenever they're able for do something the way how the normal person they do like for we person with albinism they found out say we get issue when it comes to vision. Although we get some persons with albinism the way before say them vision is very okay, but there are others where before say they are at an average, so it's totally bad. So because of that they found out say the United Nations decide for say we get some amount of partial impairment. So now we can refer to we say we not disabled people then.
So wetin are some of the challenge them where una dey face?
Well, persons with albinism, we get boku challenges there we the face. Something where they range from the family, go to society and wherever. Because from the family, it can start first way a man and a woman meet, maybe they're married or intended the boyfriend and girlfriend. You found out say the woman conceive, and we go give birth. Now person with albinism, he give birth so tell them the man can run away self and left the woman may suffer with this speaking. Now they can start the community where we did, they found out say they will call people all kind name. Although we thank God for advocacy now, we don't make it on much better. The schools not to info talk, they found out say even the one the way we call teachers or lecturers them, then can be the one that we can be forced for begin for discriminate. In the area of employment, not for talk. Where you go there, you go get the requisite requirements, but as long as you're not a person with albinism, they're not going to give you the job. And also, we can't so even relationship, they found out say a man or a woman would only find with a person with albinism. The day he go show that person there to infamble them, say now this person I want married, then the question will come. But all the people in the world, now only this juice person now you see for married too, and before you know it, now the relationship can end.
So wetin una want for achieve as una dey celebrate this day with other country them, and wetin una want for make the government or development partner them help una with?
Well, I would say waiting actually we want achieve Iboku. One of the first thing first now for raise awareness, because some people there go blame them. Then they think some kind way and they think about we because they don't know. If they know, they not go think so. So one of the first thing where we defect for do not make sure say we make people then become aware of with situation and make them know exactly waiting at its goods and forget about them misconception them. And in the area of government, we always continue for talk to them say, as mama, where you born picking, you not for begin for choose between this picking and the other one. But make them just take we as them picking and then sitting the way we need, especially in the area of the medical area, where in the found out say we get issues when it comes to health. We can always continue for call upon them, say make them try for give we a dermatologist, a skin specialist, where will look after the lives of person with albinism, and so at the end of the day, better we own life in our society.
So una get any celebration for this day?
Yeah, this day, of course, June 13, it will be a grand one where we actually they do one for start the celebration first. We all go gather now morning 8:30. We all go down gather at the famous cotton tree na Shaka Stephen Street. From there, we go process wherein we go use musical sets, pass through Shaka Stephen Street. We go Wilberforce Street. We go PZ. Later we take Regent Road, Godrich Street, Circular Road. Then we can a Millennium Hall. Millennium Hall na Circular Road. Where we reach there we can get statements from stakeholders there in our society, and also persons with albinism will get a own talk and things the way they will do. Above all, we found out say during that particular time day, one of our sisters there within a bow. Way back now, a person with albinism, he do a music on about Slafo. That particular music they will launch and during that particular celebration day.
So how una advocacy don't tell like over the past years then?
Well, we advocacy, of course, we thank God. We will say it don't they yield food because we don't they use the radio, we don't they use the television, we don't they use community engagement, we don't they visit stakeholders in their offices, and above all, we frequent school visitation just as a way for change the perception, because now one difficult work we find we serve in so for change the perception of people them. But one thing I can assure you now that the advocacy they yield food because we found out say people them the way when they think about person with albinism, it don't they change small.
So what are the other name for albino?
Well, normally, as we can say, Bakrio, then can normally call we juice. Not that we're not doing the call we. But when you want for talk in English, we can say, instead of calling us albino, just say persons with albinism.
The program now. Good morning, Salon the Country from 98.1 FM. You be listening to the national coordinator for the Salon Albinism, winner Pastor Usman Bob. They talk to Fenela Edith Tonti for Seka the World Albinism Day, where they celebrate today. The program Good Morning Salon they continue.
Inside the program, we'll continue to look at issues outside the Deputy Minister, one at the Ministry of Finance, Kadiatu Ali, say the carbon policy framework way that they develop now will make Salon able get couple for FET's greenhouse gas air pollution and promote climate change mitigation program. Now Salon, we talk this in our meeting with the Ministry of Finance, UNDP and the partner them all for talk about the carbon policy framework whether they develop now. Musa Kamara gets more and gonna report.
National Determined Contribution (NDC) they look at country efforts for reduced climate change mitigation through investment, technology, and other one them for reduced greenhouse gas. Salon plan for reduced greenhouse emission by 5% by 2025. 10% by 2030 and 25% by 2050 as way for raise couple for achieve this. Make the country don't turn to climate financing through carbon markets. For sake of this, the United Nations Development Programme UNDP, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of the Environment, private sector and other one them, they engage now for develop framework for invest and market carbon from the country.
We are in the process of developing a whole range of policies to guide the process. The Ministry of Environment and Climate Change, with financial support from Food and Agriculture Organization, will undertake an inventory of all our carbon assets. We will also develop a climate finance strategy by the Ministry of Finance that's already in process with support from the World Bank. We're also in process is the development of a carbon market mechanism with support from UNDP. We're integrating climate awareness into public investment management. Climate public investment management assessment has been completed with the support of the IMF.
Kadiatu Ali, Deputy Minister 1, Minister of Finance, they talk about the strategic plan for the carbon market, within the work now with them, partner them for develop. One of the thing them with this strategy they target now for do survey of the carbon reserve of the country and find investor them for investing them. But within the country go gain from the strategic plan and the carbon markets. Kadiatu Ali again.
Our participation in the international carbon market would complement our domestic and international climate finance resource mobilization efforts. To implement our NDCs, it also forms part of our greenhouse mitigation package. In this regard, government is strengthening the legislative framework around forest protection and related environmental issues to leverage climate finance from forests, including carbon credits, reducing emissions from deforestation and forest degradation, as well as grants for forest conservation and reforestation.
Invest Salon, now private sector development program where they work for encourage investment and Invest Salon. Now one of the development partner them on this strategic plan, David Bartolome, now Invest Salon representative now this strategic plan development.
We believe we have a huge opportunity to become a significant player in the carbon market space. Why? Because we are blessed with a climate which has given us a high level of biomass, but we have to get it right. The key is that we have to get it right. We at Invest Salon will pledge to support the work of the government through the Ministry of Finance, Environment, other relevant agencies like EPA, to help to develop policies that can be the good for all.
United Nations Development Programme UNDP now development partner them inside this strategic plan and the carbon market initiative. Tanzila Watasanko now team lead sustainability and local economic development. Now the UNDP talk about their commitment for sake of this program.
I'm honored to address you today for the development of the Sierra Leone Carbon Policy Framework. The United Nations Development Programme is committed to supporting countries like Sierra Leone in their effort to address climate change and promote sustainable development. The development of a carbon policy framework is a crucial step towards achieving these goals. Carbon pricing and carbon markets are important tools for reducing greenhouse gas emissions and promoting the transition to a low-carbon economy. By putting a price on carbon, we can incentivize businesses and individuals to reduce their emissions and invest in clean energy solutions.
Tanzila call on all the stakeholders them now this group for work together for achieve the aim of the carbon market and the strategic plan within the develop now.
I encourage all stakeholders here today to actively participate in the development of the Sierra Leone Carbon Policy Framework. Your insights, expertise, and collaboration will be crucial in ensuring that the policy framework is effective, equitable, and in line with the country's development priorities. Together, we can create a more sustainable future for Sierra Leone, one that is low carbon, resilient, and inclusive.
The different stakeholders them I believe say the carbon market framework within the develop now go help the country for able attract investors them for invest at the carbon credit as part of government commitment for risk couple through climate financing for reduce greenhouse emission and risk couple for do other thing them for the Society for Radio Democracy. Musa Kamara, the reports. The program is still listening to that Good Morning Saloon, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. As you get from one power headline stories, them we they look at the constitutional reform na Saloon, but they engage or join with studio guests them anytime from now. But inside the program, we continue for look at more issues. We go say President Julius Marabio say government they look inside the tribunal report where the committee. Don't go hand over to them for sake of the investigation we then do for but the first time Auditor General Lara Taylor Pierce and in Deputy Tamba Momo. He talked this inside one meeting now state house where the committee go hand over this report to them. Well, for more on this we join you in Okabia.
Booklet containing the report, which includes the facts, findings, and recommendations, is to be referred to as Volume 1, whilst the compilation of Exhibits A1 to M1 and other miscellaneous documents of the tribunal containing 5 parts is to be referred to as Volume 2. Your Excellency, sir, I now have the honor and privilege to present the report titled Report of the Tribunal on the Auditor General, Mrs. Lara Taylor Pierce, and the Deputy Auditor General.
The chairperson for the Tribunal Committee, Honorable Retired Justice Nyawa Maturi Jones, be the hand over the Tribunal report, we then do on the Auditor General and in Deputy. Now, over 2 years now, where government be suspend the first term Auditor General, Lara Taylor Pierce and in Deputy, Tamba Momo. This come after one audit report, where then be pulled, who side and say, State House do double dipping and forgery, we get to do with the president in overseas travel. Usai plenty people believe say, now that's make them be suspend the first term Auditor General and in Deputy. But the press release, we come out from State House, not show the reason why government suspend the first term Auditor General and in Deputy. For look inside this allegation where government be make against the first term Auditor General and in Deputy, make government be set up independent tribunal committee for look inside the allegation, yeah. And this committee, be done their work some time back. Waiting this committee fair not, make them go present this report to the President Julius Marabio Wednesday, June 12 this year in a State House. But how the committee in work Stanley, Honorable Retired Justice Nyawa Maturi Jones, now the chairperson for the Tribunal Committee, he explained.
Your decision was probably most democratic of all the options open to you under this Constitution. Regarding the disciplining of your appointees, it would not be a witch hunt, as initially perceived and declared as some. We were guaranteed judicial independence and enjoyed judicial independence. And we felt, therefore, free to investigate the alleged conduct before us as impartially and according to our assessment of the facts and understanding of the relevant laws without any restrictions. By this guarantee, you, Mr. President, demonstrated profound respect for judicial objectivity and impartiality as a core value of the investigation by this tribunal. My colleagues and I commend you for the demonstration of respect for the rule of law and the right to be heard.
In carry on for talk about how the different proceeding the meeting during the term where the committee be the seats.
Thankfully, once the tribunal got underway, we found the proceedings very civil, working together with legal representatives on both sides, together with the public and the press, and all who attended the public hearing sessions. As a result, we created the atmosphere congenial to the business at hand. Together, we navigated the uncharted terrain, guided by the Constitution, the High Court rules, our terms of reference, our practice direction, and of course, the rules of natural justice and fair play. Much time was spent, Your Excellency, on preliminary objections, which are an essential part of the process. These were duly heard and determined. The tribunal was a learning curve. We listened to the testimonies of experts of national and international repute in the field of auditing, which shows that if we keep our minds open, we can actually together build and develop our own jurisprudence for the benefit of our country.
Honorable retired Justice Nyawa Matiri Jones, be same way so say the time with this committee be the seat, then we make sure say then give equal opportunity to the first time Auditor General in deputy and the states.
We as a tribunal have kept our oath of office first and foremost in our considerations. We have judiciously examined all the facts and evidence placed before us. The parties were given equal opportunity to cross-examine, re-examine witnesses, as is customary to fair hearings. The legal representatives made their submissions. The documentary evidence presented forms part of our records. We are thankful that amidst the moments of anxiety, we have had security provided by you and your government to create the enabling environment to carry out the investigation. For that, we thank you, sir. Judicial independence is an invaluable working tool in the hands of a judge or anyone in a quasi-judicial position.
But waiting government, makeup of this report, President Julius Madabio explained.
Let me take this opportunity to, on behalf of government, to thank all of you, especially you, for a very difficult task, which has been done exceptionally well. There was so much writing on this, but it is part of our duty to make sure that we follow the Constitution, which is our supreme document. And I hope that both the spirit and intent of the law have been followed. And you have been at the helm of all of this. On behalf of the state, I want to thank you immensely for doing such an exceptional job.
The president's been carrying on for talk about waiting our government in next step after we don't receive this report.
We will take the necessary steps with these documents and to make sure that we come to a logical conclusion of this matter. So again, on behalf of the state, I thank you, all of you, immensely for doing a great job.
President Julius Madabio end up thank you to member them at the tribunal committee and self-assure salon people say government go look inside the recommendation them where they inside this report for radio democracy, kabia the report.
The program Good Morning Salon will come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. As we mentioned earlier, now one power headline stories them today. They look at constitutional review and the aspect of winner take all politics na Salon Democracy. For sake of that, I want to welcome we studio guest them. We already there in the studio now. I want to welcome Dr. Julius Spencer, governance expert and first Minister of Information and Communication. Good morning and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon Dr. Julius Spencer.
Good morning.
And also want to welcome the National Publicity Secretary for the Salon People's Party, SLPP, Lahai Lawrence Leema. Good morning and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning and thank you for having me.
And anytime from now, we expect Honorable Abdul Kabo for join we in the studio for discuss the issue of the constitutional review reforms them, and also the concept of winners take all politics na saloon democracy. The program Good Morning Saloon they continue as you get from that report. We say the committee don't go present tribunal reports to the president for Seka Lara Telopias and in deputy will they be suspended from the audit service saloon. Within the budget advocacy network ban makeup of this report we then go submit. We get Abubakar Kamara online. We then don't turn advocate for long term on this report for make the launch and since they've been complete for look inside the findings them and don't present them to president within the expect for see inside this and within the makeup of the report. Online now we join Abubakar Kamara. Good morning and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning, 98.1. Good morning, civilians.
Some time back, when you'd been to talk to Radio Democracy, you've been to emphasize and call on the committee for present this report now and act on the findings them for Seka the suspended Auditor General Lara Telopias and in Deputy Tamba Momo. They don't present these reports to President yesterday in a state house. What's in ban makeup of the presentation first of all?
Firstly, not to a report will be expected, now a judgment. This na a tribunal will involve two parties. The plaintiff in this case, when they say they are only complaint, na office of the president. The one that where they complain about na the suspended Auditor General and one of the deputy Tilopias and Tamba Momo. And a tribunal when a civil judicial process where be held in an open court. The court be open, everybody will be able to go listen. The two parties, they don't present the case. And the case, they don't close, they don't withdraw for judgment on the 22nd of December 2023. In fact, the 22nd this June for 6 months. So we be patiently wait for a judgment on this matter. And Ms. Fambulen, the matter on this thing, so now just one grand issue where after the president alleged the Auditor General and one of the deputies then caused professional misconduct in the course of doing the work. And that issue there where they take in a court, where the court look into one issue where the court do whether the Auditor General get the mandate for go contact third party without the consent of the office of the president. The third party in this case, now hotel them during the course of the audit, visit them, present hotel, visit them to the auditor them. The auditor then not be look satisfied with the receipt, and their procedure when auditor not satisfied with some documents and what to do. And one of the things what they do, then contact the hotel them for let them verify whether the receipt is authentic or not. So the case wouldn't take in a court for now whether Lara Telopias and the Auditor General and one of the whether they can get the right for contact the hotel and they without the consent of also the president and also the president now then now the office where then be the audit. This process don't take almost 3 years for looking to one issue day, almost close to 6 months to wait for judgment. All of a sudden, we see the tribunal committee with all the effects of them present a report to His Excellency the President in a state house in the closed door meeting because not see no media for that particular issue there. And mind you, the plaintiff or the other complaint in this case, not office of the president. So how? So we will look baffled in a situation like this when the hearing at the open court and conduct them, it don't done. All of a sudden, they go present a report where the public has up to now not get access to the report for 10 weeks. Whether the Auditor General or one of the deputies, then they get the right to contact the third party owner at the hotel to verify the receipt or not. Because the whole issue not around that day. And the public is patiently waiting for the committee tell you whether the professional misconduct or the Auditor General and one of the deputies don't really do. So the wait for that report now see within the tribunal tell you on that particular day. Mind you, this is not about Tilopias and Komon-Tok. It's about accountability. It's about setting precedent And it's not just about the media or civil society. Even the judiciary will also be mindful, because the same way which our law say for remove the Auditor General, now the same way back the law say for remove the High Court judge. So it's not about no individual. It's about ensuring that accountability really operates. And in this case, so we wait for see the report. We're up to now, not yet. And I even see some social media tweet them that even the general not even get access to the report. We're really not good in terms of fairness and the right to access.
Now, quick one, Bakar. You say you now get issue with the presentation of this report to the president. Somebody go ask, is it not the president, the fountain of honor? You not think so therefore present the reports to them from band perspective?
Musa, mind you, the office of the president now then go to complain. Now then the plaintiff, and it's your opinion was set up. When the civil judicial process, the two parties don't do their hearings. Would they expect let the tribunal tell me whether the tilapia and whether the Auditor General wants the right for contact a third party hotel, a third party hotel to confirm the authenticity of a report. They should present a report to president when they look at other administrative issues then. But now a public hearing, we look at among all of this and all the ones in the court look at whether they get right to contact third parties or not. So it's a judicial process, and judicial process, we're not a lawyer, but from one experience, the number of times so in an open court, where we get a hearing in open court, we expect also a report to be presented, whether the outgoing complaint is right or whether the outgoing complaint against in not get right.
Okay, thank you very much, Abubakar Kamara, coordinator, Budget Advocacy Network BAN. We don't the champion the calls for make them present this report and findings them. We will continue to get you on Radio Democracy on una position for Seka, the suspended Auditor General and in deputy. The program Good Morning Salon they continue. We'll go for a short break.
Do you know you can transfer money by airtime and pay all your utility bills in just a minute? You can have access to your account anytime, anywhere. Welcome to the world of fast and easy GT World. With the GT World, you can transfer money from one GT Co account to another, pay utility bills, get account statements, get airtime, and check your balance. With GT Wall, you can buy Exa anytime, anywhere. You can go to App Store or Play Store on your iPhone and Android devices, download the app, and enjoy. GT Co. Wouldn't you rather bank with us?
The program is still listening to our Good Morning Salon with the Council from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Inside the edition of the program Good Morning Salon, we will look at constitutional reforms them and also the concept of winner take it all politics na saloon. Earlier, we don't introduce we studio guest them. We still wait for get Abdul Kabo, Honorable Abdul Kabo na the program. We na the leader of the opposition na parliament. But earlier we don't introduce Dr. Julius Spencer, first 10 minutes of information and communication, and also governance experts, and also Lahai Lawrence Leema. Today, we look inside the change them way for the constitution of Salon for make all Salon person enjoy and also live better life and in peace. Well, for sake of this, we look at the electoral system, the justice system, and the kind of appointments them we governments they make. And they start with you, Lahai Lawrence Leema. We topic today now the thing that we want to see inside the constitutional reform na Salon for avoid the concept of winner take all politics, also peace and promote democracy, peace and good governance. You now representative of the Salon People's Party, the party we in power. Waiting first of all, you make up of the concept of winner take all politics before we can look at the reforms them way the SLPP go let for see na the Salon Constitution we go create platform for everybody for peace, democracy, and national unity.
Yeah, thank you very much. Of course, reforms now thing we every institution or every country require for do, especially if which the existing procedures so get over time not only serve the best interest of any institution or we country. We can always look at the need for like we able for the reforms so that we go strengthen the functions of institutions or even we governing systems. So if that are the reason for which we do reforms, then if one of the questions where you ask, say, the winners take all, now one part the challenges them, then the way we look at, we require the need for make we see how best we reform we able for capture the areas and they for make we able forget an effective and inclusive governance system, then it's pertinent that we look into RAM. But when you say winners take all, it's largely they look at the first past the post. When you look at we electoral systems, we not done they almost we not done they like really it work to us. The very reason why we as a government or as a party look at the proportional representation system as one way actually go ameliorate that kind of challenge we will get with the first past the post. We look at winners take all, because with the PR system, at least you able to get chances for other smaller parties for able for get votes, for able for be represented in the House of Parliament. And I think the reform where they go on now, one of the things we probably we need for look at or recommend now for make we able for make sure say the threshold for make a political party for able for achieve for go now the House of Parliament for probably be reduced. We will be conducive for make smaller parties themselves able to get the opportunity for get a percentage we will for make themselves be represented. Because when you get a system, an inclusive governance system, it actually they minimize dissension, it actually minimize tension, and it also minimize dissatisfaction, because almost everyone will feel part of the system, and that's not the reason why we feel say the winners take all political system. It creates a lot of disturbances in the governance system. So it is very much pertinent. Let we review also look at that, or reforms look at that, and also create the conducive atmosphere for make other smaller entities themselves able to get the opportunity for be part of the governance system.
All right, the PR system now one way, plenty people being glad of wearing, let's say, the opportunity to small party them for let them take part in governance or go in parliament for represent them people. But we see this recent PR system the country use, we see the other issues them back we come up where we will not get any smaller party them for represent, and then people here say this system they unbug there. So you think say this PR system they in place?
Yes, because the very reason I tell you say one of the things we go able for help smaller parties also for able for hit for the mark we go able for make them go now the well or now the representative house now for make we also review the threshold, because if the threshold really there as it is, then not only SLPP APC probably you go to see now Parliament. And because like after many years we'll be done to use this PR system, we decide for reintroduce them, maybe much consideration or a lot of other factors were not taken into account for look at the percentage margin where Marco is somebody for able for score for lay able for be qualified for going to Parliament. So now that constitutional review work is ongoing and other legislative review work is ongoing, it is proper now for make we begin for look at some of the challenges and they especially will look at inclusive governance system.
You talk about the percentage review from the SLPP standpoint. What are the percentage we go like for see that the PR system for include other political parties for get seats?
Thank God, Doctor, they are on the President Kabayan government. I think in 1996, the percentage where political party for score have been 5%, right, Doc? I stand for the corrected, yes. So 5% have been one than the excuse me, we be able for make you been get a lot of other political parties represented in parliament. So then a threshold where at least a reasonable under the circumstance for make a smaller party we don't work very hard, or other political parties who don't work very hard for elect, at least they're able to hit some of them market and they will be able to make sure say then get the opportunity for be elected or for be represented in parliament, as opposed to the 11% where maybe they at present.
Let's continue for the week inside the program. In name na Lahai Leema, in a representative from the Sierra Leone People's Party, as we there for look at issues we get for the reform and winner take it all. We'll come over to you now, Dr. Spencer. You don't deny the field for long term now, and the issue of reform and winner takes it all. Now, one way plenty people concerned about we are in now one of the issues them way they create tension at the country from. As all veteran, we don't know the field for long term now. Which you make up of this?
Well, me believe very strongly in proportional representation. And I don't begin talk about this from 2008. Now I begin raise this point about proportional representation, that we need to go to some form of proportional representation. Because when I look back waiting in the happen, I don't I depend 70 now. So I don't see waiting on the happen at this country as far as politics concerned for a long time. I've been small at independence. I see the 1967 election, we been get parliamentary system. I see we change to presidential system. I see the election, we get one party state. I see elections under one party state. I see we go back to multi-party system. I see what happened there. I see the level of violence, how it been increased. Then I see we come to proportional representation 1996. Violence dropped significantly. We get people that will go to parliament, will be able to talk, able to take the issues, because they not go as individual for go contest election in a popularity, they make you win. Then we go to district level proportional representation. Again, we will get smaller party than in a parliament. Then we go back to winner take all. Then we see the violence begin for grab back. Then we begin talk about this proportional representation. And me, what you have been argue for, not to any particular type of proportional representation. I did talk all the time. You get different kind of proportional representation. 1996, na national list we been get, closed party list. 2002, na been district party list. But you get other system them. You get open party list. When a party they submit list, but the individual the way they go vote, then get a choice as to who that they want for going to parliament, because then they vote for individual, and then when they put the votes then together, they should get the highest vote and then they come up. Not to party where the party put the list number 1, number 2, 10, number 50. So now in that order day. So the individual they able for determine who that they go to parliament from that particular party day. You get that system then. You get the one that were complicated. We will not go for use now because of the level of literacy. But me, argument is that law we fend with own. You get me believe say we forget proportional representation across the board, from local government to the executive. And you get like South Africa, for example, they know they get 2-round election. ANC been the win, they get about 50%. This last election, they not get reach 50, they get about 40. So they can forget coalition for let them form government. Okay. If we get that kind of system there, then all man go for collaborate. If we let one group of people deciding that this we want or they do them, it go change. Because you need to get other people in the car along with you for let for do what you want for do.
All right. So the 1996 young Doc to 2002, how it may work?
1996 na been nationalist because war been still there on some side them in day way not possible for go get do constituency etc. So na been nationalist. The party present a list of candidates for the one whole country. Then you vote for that list day. Would I then get the highest number of votes now so you get seats in a parliament? So then 2002 it changed to district level. Now district level we use now. Now them amend the constitution for because 1996 now be military government, then just pass decree. But for 2002, they may for make some amendment to the constitution and put on the. So now the district party list, closed party list, now then are the constitution. Now we use so this 2023. But my argument is let's go beyond that. For me, this politics what they practice now Africa, na salon, now wait man and left with basically. Now then systems that they use. But with society different. The kind if you they listen and watch American politics, for example, the way how then they tell themselves off and cost themselves, but after that then they gather themselves. Now, yeah, we get a certain attitude. First of all, they tell big man, say they lie, for example. You not go make play about posting the next minute now to they gather on themselves. So the system they make for division. They make for low can together. And for me, what you need forget now system way, all man they work together. Yes, one person and they lead, but other people and they work together. We'll go move away from this system where you see this party win election, waiting and concentrate now, waiting for do for let them win the next election. The one they will lost, waiting and concentrate plan, waiting for do for pull them a power. So we're not there for concentrate on the thing that we're good for we all development. And thing and they were now we all for we all and we all for focus on and they move the thing and they forward.
Doc, we just want to announce we still expect Honorable Abdul-Akk na the program in the leader of the position na Parliament. We expect him as one of his studio guests for January anytime from now. But you talk about proportional representation. When you talk about this current generation, go think about forgo Parliament. But you make mention of proportional representation at the executive. How done they work or how we go work?
Right now, me they say. Let's get a system where, depending on the number of votes we get, you get the highest votes, so now you be president. But in terms of executive positions, you they appoint that percentage of people into executive positions. Depending on the percentage where other people then get, then say we will get right for at least nominate people into certain positions. You see, the big problem we get in this country, where we talk about divisiveness, if we look this last election, almost 90% of President Bill gets. At least between 35 to 40% of the people they not vote for him. So it means say now that proportion then don't basically left out. If you go local council level, even worse, because you get for appointed and called ward committee. Sometimes the person where they win. Sometimes at 35% you get to win because there are 5-6 people in the contest. The person will get the highest 9 wins. So then they even different from the national one where you get for go second round and get at least 50%. Yanda, now one round, you get for 30%, they get the highest 9 win. Sometimes the total of all the other people that contest, then pass you on far away. But now you now get the right for determine who that then they did the ward committee, etc. So sometimes the majority of people then they not get a say in waiting they happen. And at that we need to move away from, both at national level. And as I say, what we want forget in a salon. One forget a society where we all they focus on waiting good for we all. Where we all they focus on development issues. Waiting good for we all as Sierra Leoneans, not to just waiting me want, now they do. Because the system they make for that, so now that they happen. So if I now say opposition, one pull the one within a power because then say one go na power. The one within a power, they want for continue for the power. But if we get a system where you get the one who get the highest number of votes, you get right for appoint a certain number of proportion of the executive arm, whether not the minister them, ambassador them, state boards, etc. And then the one there is something the person get 20%.
Okay.
You get right for appoint for at least nominate about 20% of the people them. For me, that in a radical position. I know say the party then go find it difficult for do that, but we need to think like that and see how they get a system we go make we all able for work together.
Before we take break, Doc, this thing where you explain, so you think say possible because any president will win, they appoint people that we believe in system, and they not go appoint somebody we go undermine her. So you think say this system where you explain we are in, if president win go appoint people from the opposition, it possible?
I mean, in a cabinet, a cabinet, we appoint people then from other party them. Deliberately, he appoint people then from all the party then we in a parliament at the time. Because even they try for bring about unity, for unify we as a people. So, I mean, in a cabinet with people then from APC, from SLPP, of course, from PDP, etc., etc. We all been in a cabinet. Now, Pakabana president. Then they lead. And you the follow waiting you want for do. Obviously, as a minister, you get your own portfolio where they manage. But we all been to work together. And I think it's possible. Because if we all the focus on waiting good for this country, not to waiting we think say good for we as individuals or for young people, then we're going for do that day. I don't think it impossible. Other country then they do them.
Okay, Dr. Julius Spencer, governance expert, continue for stay with me inside the program Good Morning Salon. We go for a short break, we can continue the program Good Morning.
TB Union Trust Bank, the game changer don't come. As we the lead, others they follow. And just with your mobile phone, you will transfer and receive money with ease, speed, and safety. UTB don't make it possible for collect money na ATM machine without the ATM card. Now that we call cardless ATM. You, the UTB customer, will send money to anybody and deposit and collect the money na any UTB ATM panel without any ATM card. All it can do now for just enter the reference code and collect the money. The UTB copper in safe day. With this UTB copper, any UTB customer can transfer copper with a mobile phone to anybody up to 5 billion loans. And with the reference code, the person can go to any UTB branch and collect the copper. Union Trust Bank, we there for you.
The program is still listening to Good Morning Saloon, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And we will bring you this edition of the program Good Morning Saloon. Musa Kamara, my name.
My name is Usman Kamara.
And inside the edition of the program Good Morning Saloon, they look at the issue of winner stakeholder politics in our saloon and the reforms them where we need now the saloon constitution as constitutional review the happen now for avoidance here for a just and peaceful saloon. Well, earlier we don't talk to the National Publicity Secretary for the Salon People's Party, SLPP, with Lahai Leema, and also we get now the studio Dr. Julius Spencer. Also we get one for welcome now the studio the opposition whip na Parliament with Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara, we would expect the leader of the opposition, we Honorable Abdul Kagbo, but it's any representative. Good morning and welcome to the program Good Morning Salon.
Good morning.
Yes. Today edition of the program Good Morning Salon, we look at reforms them na the Salon Constitution for avoid the issue of winner take all politics. As the opposition, All People's Congress, APC party, what will make up of the idea or the concept of winner take all politics na Salon democracy?
Musa, I want to tell you thank you. And first of all, I listened carefully as I did on the way this morning. Now, small dots in the new road, now I don't block the road. I wish I could use this platform for the SLI clear than or else it don't cause so much trouble from the east coming to this part of the country, the city. And I listened to we under the Spencer with the an analysis, and interestingly, some of the facts he presents, I wonder which part of the country the analysis and they come up from, because in the just concluded elections, we get more violence. We don't support as them. Then burn more houses for we, and then kill more people for we than in all other elections we don't partake under this winners take all elections whatever participate by. It don't get a very long historic perspective, but I want to say in Bo alone, they burn 3 houses for we. So if violence is a reason for this new concept, then not stand the test of time. Let me just land.
Honorable, let me look at they can look at this system at the moment. What we need now for change everything with the happen. But in the issue of winner take all politics, what did the APC make up of?
I not think say now the type of politics not the problem. That's Sierra Leone. And I not think say that the winners take all, now the mentality of people coming to governance. When we talk about Bakaba, you're talking about a leader who is composed, a leader who has an agenda to unite the people by himself, a leader who gets an agenda and a mentality believing that everybody is equal. It came to power and not harassed nobody in terms of getting people booted out of job. It believes say the Southeasterners and the Northerners are Sierra Leoneans and they should work together irrespective of where they are and which position they occupy. And it's a kind of telling me, oh, the pot not for dinner fire, if not fall fire stone day. You know, important how much fire stone day. What's important that the mentality of the how they cook. In this situation, the present situation again at the country, what they talk about now is a situation in which, first of all, for people understand, say when you become a leader, you have a time bound. Secondly, for understand, say opposition are not enemies. You understand? But only in a country that they call opposition terrorists. It doesn't have to do with winners take all. No. You don't in a situation where they call opposition coupists. You understand? Is that a situation of winners take all? No. It's a mentality and the perception where you hold against the opposition. We were in parliament, even when it was winners take all, we get 4 political parties. Deceptively, people take up the campaign of the PR. Oh, it will bring more political parties, it will bring more this, which will end up for see. Which will think so we want pa. Having 2 dominant political parties and still we go pa. Whatever form of political
go ahead.
Whatever form of political system we use as a country, what in Sierra Leone need better now is a leader that is willing to work with people against him or people when I opponent. I have always brought up with the concept, say, opposition are meant to position you. But if you see opposition as enemies, no matter the political system, the Bible says, you say, can 2 work together? I say, unless they agree. As we did so now, even if you count a PR system, would they even determine whether for sweep na money na us? You understand? With the current mentality of people in power, it can't work. When we the parliament, we will work together because we they believe, say, we have a duty to perform to the nation. When we critique certain situations where the ruling bench thinks it is important, we talk about the audit service report. I was here all over the place talking about it. When you get a deputy speaker, we believe, say, we for all people accountable and they for pay back the money, then constitute the committee. We are working together unless they agree. Our problem as a nation is not the political system. Let's don't disturb our people.
Now, for the APC, what kind of political system you think say go be preferable for national peace, national cohesion?
You know, even when you talk about which we prefer, and you're talking about systems review now, you know, for let you know, say we probably not to systems. If you're talking about constitutional review, you understand, and you make a shumu, you do a normal one pot, now they mix all till like saying about a scotch you cook. Not to say you do systems review in a country. The approach alone is wrong. You're talking about having a proportional system, all many idea come together, you bring all shades of opinion. You need to do one pan shumu. You need to bring people together. You understand? At this point, you understand? If the government is willing to work with us and they don't see us as terrorists, they will don't begin to ask, say, what is your, can we have a paper from the opposition for knowing that their own position on key issues where for form part of the recommendation of government for let be inclusive, because all what we talk about now is a kind of inclusive situation in which violence not go there in governance, this not go there, then they not go there. You understand? Come on, you know they do they usually do a no corner where you say there is an issue, you call people where they're very close to your party. When I go talk about this radio, but laws test the system, laws if people go accept them. That kind of politics, they're not deception.
All right. So
if government is sincere about the reforms that the constitution, let them come out open. You understand? Come out open, engage. Not political parties there for now within a parliament. Engage we. You understand? Call other civil societies, engage the platform, and that's how it was done under our regime.
Okay.
Una come forward. What do you want to see in the new constitution?
All right.
For like, can call me for can't talk about a PR kind of government, a government of who's the idea come up from? Who born the idea?
All right. So you say the system then can make and shumu, meaning una not involved.
As we talk, so I not even know say as a party, we not even know say this kind of discussion they go on.
All right. So if governments not reach out to una don't reach out to government.
You know, I always say this. In the last 5 years, the media have done the help government for do the very bad things. Them. I want to be very plain today on the radio.
How?
We'll get this kind of question. I've been a journalist for a practice for a while. We'll get this kind of question. Okay, they ask as if the bulk stop at the opposition. What una don't do? What una they do? No. The thing is, we have to hold governments squarely responsible for able to create an enabling environment for let the nation work together.
But una get to hold.
Let me say,
for development of the country.
we've written many letters to them. In fact, up to the tell where they appoint, if you read the last letter where the Secretary General of the APC writes to President directly in Secretary to Cabinet, you see all those issues inside. We don't do them many times. But when the question begin, they can like, what do not say they do as opposition? If you like I say, now we are not having the same opportunity as government. So no, you then at the driving seat for you to open up the state, open up and see other people. You understand? Come on. Give me a break. I know when Spencer was in power and Doctor, the relationship where we get with people like Emosi said, we did the opposition. So he's still alive. Let him tell off. Is that the same he's seen today?
Now we make something clear here. The APC, we get 3 arms of government. The APC, the parliament, we are the one arm of government. We mean say, una the part of governance. So if the media they ask una, it means una serve the part of the governance system of the country. So not only governments as the SLPP, the APC serve the part of governance because now the parliament they make they ask una all the key questions.
I don't think so. I think so. You say we are the not two different.
No. You blame the media. Ask government.
Come on. You see, this is
part of governance.
I'm not ever denying that one day.
You know the part of governance.
I'm not ever denying that one day.
So ask you means we still ask government.
You know when you ask me as part of governance, it's different. Where the media they ask comparative questions like, okay, we'll not be doing a power as APC, we don't do. It's over 5 years. If you want to help government, hold them accountable, let them give accounts for what they've done. But when you start asking comparative questions, that's what APC we don't do. This is 6 years. You're not helping government, and you're not helping the poor people.
No, we help government, Honorable. I make every day we do a program where we hold them accountable. Now you mentioned say
people, the ordinary people they represent, and that's the 4th estate.
Now you mentioned say una don't the rights to government, but
plenty times.
Pass where you talk and so. Why una self not can come and tell we let we self aware say una don't rights to government, una don't recommend ABNC.
Gone are those days when people they do things in secret. Now when we write government, we put on our social media.
No, quick one, Lahai or Leema, will they come to you? Now we look at the constitutional review process where you make mention of. When we been get the Deputy Justice Minister at the last time, we ask them about the opposition position or their participation in the review process. It tell we say, we said the opposition stop, they not form any committee. Now do the consultation, the time the APC be in power, and we say now finalization then they on now. This process where you say we need to take part on. Now the APC start and now then continue with we say President Bio take from.
Again, I make the clarification. That's we know the take part panam.
You say we are not aware of what
Thank you.
Now.
Being aware and taking part, where you say we know the take part in that, it's like a voluntary decision not to take part. What they say is very clear. Now we start now this point we don't reach. The side government day now where they don't take off. When we be then apart. Check the record from Musa start to Usai Wile Farm. It was an all-inclusive forum. But Usai Ide now is where I'm saying, as a government, looking at the very part of the history of who countries are this so now, before they even start, at least let them come back to us. Let's have a dialogue around it. Let the country know we are reforming their laws. Let not be kukujumuku. That's what I'm saying.
All right, continue for the way to inside the program. In name na Abdul Karim Kamara, in the opposition with na parliament. We go for a break. We continue the program. Good morning, Salon.
Any hour where you sleep and wake, You dey ask yourself, wetin GT Bank get for we again? Well, GT Bank gladly for tell you say anybody can do MoneyGram and real money service na any GT Bank branch near you and receive gift wey go make you at gladly. E no mean say pass you be GT Bank customer o. E like you not to customer na the bank. Just waka go na any GT Bank branch near you and do you real money or MoneyGram service and receive fine gift from GT Bank. GT Bank, it go better you bank with me.
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue. We can to we other studio guest. We now the National Publicity Secretary for the Salon People's Party, Lahai Lawrence Leema. We they talk about the constitutional review process and reforms them with within the constitution for avoid winners take all politics. If you don't get to you take we they look at the process. What's in the SLPP 1/4C now the constitution or the review constitution for avoid the concept of winners take all politics now with democracy.
Yes, much as I don't want for deviate from the very reason why we're there, but I also need for make certain clarifications, right? When the people of this country elect a government in place, we now because we're guided by law, and therefore everybody for able for understanding rule and behaving safe. If you feel say you know and for abide by law, you for misbehave, and you think say the law not for punish your actions, and therefore you they consider yourself say they are seeing you as an enemy, just behave yourself. When you behave yourself, then you'll be treated accordingly. Nobody no day in this country will behaving safe, we then treat them like an enemy. But if you behave like a terrorist and you are treated as such and you take annoyance as a result of that, review your own actions. Some people think say President Bio is not a citizen of this country or enough fit for rule this country. And because of that, they inform their own negative attitude and misbehave and walk out of law. How can you misbehave in parliament? You kick run, you are not supposed to be there, you are receiving salary, you are acting outside the law, and the law reprimands some of your conduct. You go to parliament as a stranger, you are misbehaving, kicking Quran as if the country not there under law and order. No. You know, the current leadership don't over forbear some of the excesses, now make rudeness they increase in this country. Now, coming to the point, we are talking of making progress as a nation, just like I listened to Dr. Spencer. He actually highlighted very pertinent points them we as the SLPP, we see very pertinent because now we own goal that for unify this country. Now I make the SLPP in mantra, now unity. Yeah. So we believe say one way we'll be able to work together now when we are united, and that is the way this country are going to be able to make progress. So from what it presents now, Mrs. SM now something based on we party in ideal. Now something we Mrs. buy in the sense that there is no way Sierra Leone will make progress, just like the Honorable come with a fixed mindset, not coming with an open mind for able to address the issues that we'll discuss here. The only way Sierra Leone will make progress now when we feel say we are part of the governance system, right? Like he said, that's one way we also even go reduce costs on we expenditure in elections. For instance, going for that 55% where you get for cause again re-elections, you get for create tension, animosity, like he said. If we're looking at proportional representation, even at executive level, if the first person get this number of percentage, you look at other parties be represented based on the percentage you then get. For me, it sounds very well for make this country for able to make
we
progress.
Get under proportional representation, but the tension still there.
Because
make her ask whose kind proportional representation the SLPP or which kind governance or reforms them the SLPP will want to see that the revised constitution of Salon for avoidance here with the happen.
The issue about tension still there because some people just believe say we'll not forget proportional representation. For why? Because the first past the post gives them an opportunity to be violent. That is what probably their own political parties ideal is based upon.
So,
but when a political party ideal, that's why I'm coming.
Focus the argument on individual or party.
No. Sometimes
look at the way forward.
That's what I'm doing. What you have to try for say, if we are bringing in proportional representation for make progress with democratic governance, right? Then you get a certain entity where feels say no, we don't need proportional representation. We need first past the post because it gives them an opportunity to be lawless. It gives them an opportunity to be violent. It gives them an opportunity to brutalize people. It gives them an opportunity to create fear in people. So for them, they are comfortable with that. But any system where we minimize violence, any system where we minimize insecurity, any system where we minimize cost, they see I'm saying it adverse to their ideal. So whatever good way they inside proportional representation, they will definitely not support. So no matter the good ideals you present here, they will kick against it because they have a fixed mindset. Have an open mindset and see proportional representation as a good thing for the progress of the country. The aspect of proportional representation where you think say not good for the governance system, that's what you come here and recommend. And that way, the public, they listen, intellectuals are listening. They want them to be involved in the workings for make we able to get a document we will make progress for this country. We're able to take notes so that at the end of the day, they're able to get something for work on. Okay. So now that me feel say we need for do as a country. I may not be happy with proportional representation. I may not be happy with first past the post, but I present the reason why I feel say proportional representation it gets advantage over first past the post. And that's what I present. Okay. And if my argument sounds logical, that is what the working committee or the working body will get for look at for bring we a document we're progressive for this country.
All right, Leema, over the past year, it don't come out clear, say the APC and the SLPP not the see one side. At this point, from the SLPP point of view, what do you think say for be done so that the people of this country go able to enjoy peace and democracy or continue to enjoy, basic things that we don't supposed to forget?
Well, not all APC members, but some APC members just get for feel say they not own this country. That's one thing. Some APC members just get for understand say by reason of how we constitution is created, power is centered to the people. And when the people make decision and elect a system in place, then for respect that because we are governed by law. Nobody not get monopoly over violence or rudeness. If not that, then we go into the state of nature law, so we would get power passing company or would get violence passing company. But we minimize violence, that's why we bring law. And then laws and then are then for regulate with conduct. But if you can come on, I can be more aggressive. I can be more lionic than any other person where if you say you are a lion. But we are guided by laws. That is why you not go see the beasthood in me because there is a law governing my conduct.
All right, I think we do this program this morning just for continue for reduce the tension at the country, but we want to talk to Una for let we take dear as we try for raise awareness to the people of this country so that we go continue to enjoy the country peace and democracy because a lot of people they listen both home and abroad. We come back to you now, Dr. Spencer. You don't hear from the both side. At this point, which you make up of some of the concern that we don't come up now the program this morning?
Well, I think so, first of all, I need for clarify something and let people who they listen understand. Me not a governance expert, I make that point the first. But I don't involve in governance over a long period. I don't observe. And when I say violence reduce, I talk about waiting I experience and know up till that point there. Now, this last election, which happened, a different matter. My friend from the APC say, it depends on the individual to some extent. But systems, now they make something that happen or not happen or control them. If Donald Trump, na salon been there, him for make coup. But because the system them in there, and people them they will stand up for waiting and believe say right, including the vice president, able for do am. Now, I don't talk on before. You get different types of proportional representation. Me no, they in favor of the one we use for this last election. Not to that I've been the advocate when I don't explain waiting on my own position. Now, in terms of the constitutional review process, as we all know, it starts under the APC, the Justice Kawan committee, when I'm head, then do extensive consultation across the country. All kind of people them involved, all shades of opinion, then come up with their recommendations and submit them to government. Government look and reject almost all things. Then bring their own idea, then can say, then accept very few of the recommendations. And the white paper we then produce. But then I think after that, then say, this not go pass. so then keep them. They're not doing nothing with them. The President Bio in government came into power, then self look the report of that commission, then pull down white paper as well. Where again they accept when they accept most of the things they would recommend, but then self reject some. Now, what I understand from what they happen now other white paper they want for can produce. So the process now government they can put white paper. Then after that, discussion can go on. Now, if government want for reopen the whole constitutional review process, then we need to get that kind of committee where Justice Karam in the lead for go through the whole process they back. Now, whether it is necessary or not, I don't know. But right now, as far as I understand, when we are listening to the Deputy Attorney General, a white paper, then they work on for produce. But me, your position is some issues then they won't need forget extensive discussion on. One of them are the proportional representation. Other issues then they, like the separation of the Attorney General from the Minister of Justice, how they appoint Chief Justice, several issues then they will need for look at. If we want to make this country, we move forward together.
So, Doc, as the Deputy Minister of Justice mentioned rightly the last time, say the APC we don't pull white paper, but something that be the way then come they don't add inside this white paper we they can produce. But the opposition this morning they raise concerns, say they don't know which side the process stay. As you say, this process need wide discussion. What do you think say need for be done now for make everybody get an input into the process?
Well, I think say waiting radio democracy they do so. Now, part of the process, they contribute to the process, raise the issues. Let's talk about them. Now, again, other people then can raise issues. Now we look at the issues then where we consider very important, what we need for engage on. Now we engage on the issues then. For me, I think say one of the problems that we get in this country is that we not get enough dialogue and discussion on national issues. If we talk more, we get various shades of opinion they can say we're going for make better decisions in terms of waiting better for we all. So for me, I think so we need for open up a discussion on some of the issues there. But there are different ways of going about Andy. Government can go ahead and produce the white paper in terms of waiting out and see based on that report which Justice Karan in commission will do. After that, we can get discussion because for several of the things and for let them pass, you can forget referendum. So that the public eventually will get for decide something and they will I think say they can amend without not go to referendum. But then entrenched issue them, you can forget referendum for let you for change them. So discussion get for the. But me also go say, I think so for discussion the issues then they now. Now, even before government pull the white paper, let government hear from other people them, let us know waiting at their views on some of the issues there, and then make decisions will go benefit well. For me, I say again, proportional representation. If you look across the world, the majority of democracies in the world have some form of proportional representation in the practice, and good reason for that. The one the way they put with a model we say for either in Europe, Britain or America, even in Europe, the majority of the country in Europe have some form of proportional representation that they use. Britain still stuck in their waiting. America, their own system even more confused than the British one. So, me say, let we find the one way suit we. With level of literacy in this country, with Boku ethnic groups, we need to find a system where made for we own situation, some form of proportional representation, I think, but it not get for be anyone where they now. We can craft we own. Because I guess because me a creative thinker, I dey think outside the box. Let we find the one way suit we as Sierra Leoneans. Sierra Leone, waiting go better for we. But all the time we continue for take with other people and they do and try for fit into we own situation. So for me, issues then they will need for discuss. The system, electoral system now one. The issue of appointments of certain key positions, the separation of the Office of Attorney General for Minister of Justice, then issues then the Justice Karan Commission being recommending the on them. So sometimes for look the issues then they are well, I hope say government they look all the issues then they now for let them come up with them white paper we go reflect waiting the generality of the public being agree on in terms of waiting for be done based on that report. You know, Peter Tucker, now do a constitutional review, we end up with the 1991 constitution.
All right.
But waiting Parliament do with Peter Tucker and recommend, then change Boku thing the way been put. Some of the thing they struggle with now waiting Parliament being put then this, then they.
All right.
Not to Peter Tucker being recommend some of them. So we need to be aware of that and open up.
All right, continue for the routine inside the program, Dr. Spencer. Over to you now, Honorable AKK. At this point, which area you think the constitutional review for look at?
When it comes to the constitutional review as a political party, we'll make a comprehensive position where it will reflect the opinions of the people. I don't want to jump and begin make haphazard recommendations. Yeah, I'm from a political party. But let's just use this opportunity as soon as they close the program for say proportional representation in all forms. You understand? For me, we don't get opportunity to go through elections and represent people. I don't be the first person to say OPR is better because it's less expensive in terms of manning a constituency, the pressure of a constituency, and I go to represent a party and every other thing. But believe you me, for the betterment of a nation, you understand, for service meeting the people, you understand. In fact, also for let you and get the people get a representation and a voice when they get an issue that and we will talk to, the constituency system is the best. Whether it leads to violence, for me, violence is in the nature of the person. Even if you become pastor today, Sierra Leoneans know who you are, and they can define you by your name and your character. You understand? So for me, violence is not an event. You understand? It's something inbuilt in people. So for now we say, now because of violence, make we change political system. No, it depends to who that you deal with and who side the person they. When them go born, the woman that Kailan with them rape, Satalamin, it was not a PR system. You understand? The also them born na bo, no get nothing for do with a PR system. So for me, it's not the political system. What we need to talk about in countries where you get civilized forms of democracy, that countries where you get strong judicial systems. Can we start talking about those issues? And it's a country where citizens they see themselves say it's political discussions are not just done in studios. They are not just done in parliament. You understand? They are done in civility. Who they meet, who converse. I can still remember. Doc was in SLPP. Madame Doumbouya was in UNPP, but they were still friends. Some of them be small, but they see those footages.
You don't get paid in SLPP?
Huh?
You get paid in SLPP?
I get plenty. But not to Leema no more.
So no we look at because yes, take one.
No, Leema, I am a very decent person. That's true.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not ever in a report for violence.
Me point about proportional representation and not say that for any violence. If my friend listen carefully.
No, your points are the response to that.
Okay. Now, but you
so now, Honorable Karim, now we look at the constitutional review process. You make mention of the justice system. You make mention of appointments. You make mention of the electoral system. Moving forward, room still there for engagement. What in the APC they propose inside the constitutional review?
I also they make it very clear. At the position where I hold now, I am not just an ordinary member of the party. I am a regional secretary. I mean, at the whip of the opposition party in parliament. The party will make a position on the review, the holistic review. And when the time ripe, we will make them public and we will make the public understand what's in our position. But I just say, in countries we get, in Sierra Leone with the present mentality where people hold in about governance, no matter what system where you carry it, you understand? The political system not to change the dynamics of the people. What in the political system they do, only they set stage for people who believe in what they believe in for whatever. Over the 6 years, what we don't get, now people not going according to the laws. Can we talk about that? You understand? If you don't go according to the law, even if you make PR for section chief safe, then we'll still go vote under the proportional representation and still not go according to the laws of the state. So what you get is, in stronger democracy all over the world, it calls for collaboration, and consultation. It calls for communication. You understand? It get many things where they talk about. For we were to get as alone, as I say earlier on, and the situation where people they permit politics, you understand, political groupings, you understand, and think, oh, this person, this group, no one love with it, this group, no one love with it. We don't want to go back to all those days. For me, it's 6 years down the line after the last first elections. We should be talking about something more progressive. Political systems in Sierra Leone have not helped the country in any way. So whether it is not only form of politics anymore, you understand? I'm glad the way Dr. Silo will reduce the tension. I think that's the way to go.
Okay.
We reduce the political tension amongst ourselves, not about a system, not about who is going to win us, take all or not. We get other content to talk about national agenda. You understand? In which, even if you come up from party Z or party Y, there is a national agenda being drafted in which all shades of opinion come together and draft them. Can we start talking about those things? Because the next thing they affect to people. As I got this morning, I gave a go pay 40,000 for get water, Namios. You understand? I talk an Indian now. It's even state lodge now. Water bouncer, the Abupa State House now. Water bouncer. Those are the national discussions we are having, not political.
Okay.
Which about the benefits we know more than the political class. If you ask me as a politician and as a member of parliament, the PR system, for all selfish reasons, will have been the best way any MP will support, but it's not in the interest of the people.
I continue for the with me inside the program. We start for look at messages inside the program. This one from Samuel Bunda. He say wisdom is not just age, but it's God-given. Dr. Spencer, your idea on reforms are spot on.
This one say, Dr. Kindly make your suggestions of preferred system that is good for Sierra Leone from Kinsolo.
This one from Abdullah Lukule say Lahai is right for the smaller parties to participate in governance. The PR system should be reviewed and reduce the percentage for any future election.
This one say you just mentioned that strong systems as examples, which shows that systems can condition behavior. You cannot depend on behavior and mentality. You can only depend on systems. So why don't we work together to build a better system?
This other one from Albert is say good shout, aka the character of people coming into governance is our main problem.
We continue for look at more text messages them inside the program. They send this one from Patrick Musa Momodu on our Facebook page. They say constitutional review white paper should have been the best legacy for President. Okay.
This other one from Sanusi say I favor the suggestion of Dr. Spencer, but to implement that such of PR will be difficult because the president is more likely to undermine it. For example, in 2018, the people voted for huge parliament and intervene and change by removing the opposition MPs and replace with MPs of the government party. The same thing happened in the sacking of the Auditor General because they were uncomfortable with their audit practice. Thanks.
More messages. This from Ali Kaman, our Facebook page. They say PR system is not suitable for this nation. Besides, the system of governance we are using is not the problem, but rather the mode of operations of our political parties and the behavior of our politicians.
This other one say, Honorable AKK and Leema, you guys need to work as one for the benefit of this country.
More text messages them they come inside. This one say what does the APC think about some of the major laws such as the death penalty, GW Act, libel law? Can this be considered as progress by the APC?
This other one say we do not need PR system, we have the paramount chiefs.
Okay, more messages inside the program. Good morning, Salon. This one say both APC and SLPP, what would be your intake or input into the constitutional review process?
This other one say, Dr. Spencer, please highlight the minister that Akaba appoint.
This one from Samal Masako in our Facebook page. They say let's put Sierra Leone first and forget about party politics.
This one say nah, politics don't put we behind. So please, PC and SFPP, work as one for the benefit of Sierra Leonean and our children.
This one from Batilo Gomo on our Facebook page. They say Honorable AKK, this discussion is too sensitive to play politics around it.
This other one say the last one I go take for now because of time. He say APC and SFPP, the people of this country not glad with Una at all.
Okay, with them messages also we come to we studio guest them for respond to them. We come to Lahai Lawrence Leema, SLPP National Publicity Secretary.
Yes, I respect the views of people and we send message. In summary, what you go on for say around them messages they would send. That the constitutional review process not to one way in a president bill begin, maybe na go end them. This constitutional review process coming as a result of the Lome Peace Accord where we've been get. We it coming as one of the key recommendations for make we able for review we constitution and we lost in this country are one way it we able for promote democracy. And as a result of that, the Peter Tucker Commission was set up. We able for present a recommendation in 2007 to President Nkrumah. And later, President Nkrumah being for institute another committee were headed by Justice Edmond Cowan, with them being for get public consultations across the country. And so President Bio coming into office now a continuous process it gone with. So the process where President Bio in government do now a continuation and a very timely because we know go day for the do a review process for the rest of this country in lifespan or whatever it is. So at least there has to be a finality to the review process itself. And so if President Bio they take upon the onus for make sure say it conclude the work, I think now one way we need for come here and sit down and make recommendations them as to which thing we want for make we see in the review where they go on, because we don't get elections in, elections out. We don't see what are the challenges that they go through. We don't see what are the problems them where they affect the electoral system in this country, where they affect the governance system in this country. So if at a time like this a review work is going on, we need for be composed and come up with very sensible recommendations them way able for help the progress of this country. And it's in totality, it is my view that the PR system gets enormous advantage for make sure say we experience democratic good governance over the first past the post. And therefore, me feel say a better way for make we go. Because when you left from by constituencies, sometimes one political leader will come and can create constituencies, then we get just something like 2,000 membership, we go able for game parliamentary seats, as opposed to a particular constituency we get something get 40,000 or 50,000 people them now their own constituency. So even the representation, proportional. So if we get a system like this where people they come in based on proportional systems, it sounds well and the representation will be proper.
Lahai Leema, as we round up the program now, the opposition don't raise their concern about knowing the process to say it now. What thing that you take home with regards to that for engage with government or party now party in power for ensure say the opposition be part of the process.
The president always the consult whatever they do. This is a public document. It's not going to do it in secrecy. But if they don't present any report to you, therefore set up a committee where they look into that report and review them and send the view or the assessment to you. And based on that, you do consultations with other political parties or other public entities for make we able for see how much we can able for make progress with the work.
Plenty, thank you for joining inside the program. Over to you, Doc. What will be your word of message?
Well, I think say for me, where I don't do in this country for the period where I don't do and I don't observe and I don't participate. For me, the critical factor now waiting we go put in place for make we all able for work together. And unlike waiting Mr. Kagbo say, Mr. Kamara, sorry, waiting Mr. Kamara say, I strongly believe say systems important because the individual, years ago, my own belief is that no government not they do waiting best for the people of the country. The people and just sit down left hand to government. And the system where they now gonna make it go force people and for do something in a certain way. Yes, we get individual, whatever people and the way, then whatever ABC, etc. But the system, right? People and they toe the line. And Mr. Kama say they engage with your constituency, almost parliamentary, and then they gonna then constituency then regularly. Yeah, well, then they afraid for go because of the pressure then where then they get from the constituents them. Well, that's neither here nor there. For me, as I say, the political system very important, and I say again, I'm not the advocate for the closed party list what we used in the last election. I advocate for something more extensive than that, and I don't talk proportional representation right from the executive level, can right down to council level. And then, but other issues than they we need for be discussed. Me, I've been in a Pakaba government, I'd observe other government, and something in the way from Pakaba term and not be able to do where President Bio don't do. I'm not glad with all waiting President Bio and government don't they do, but something in the way to say talk me, they don't pull that penalty. Where the Lome agreement me talk, but we none of the government not do. Then don't repeal Part 5 of the Public Order Act. Then don't do the GWA Act. Thing and the way they don't put in place. And I believe say President Bio for push through thing them way. Sometimes if they look normal waiting go benefit and in party now in no good one. But I believe say able for look beyond that and left a legacy for this country of peaceful coexistence for make people.
Would they round up now? Waiting now you word of call or you call to the parties involved for inclusion into the review process?
Well, as I say, process get for the. I know quite on that. Well, I know say I don't understand. From my own perspective, I know the process they go on and go for the white paper. Now, if the government want for consult before they do the white paper, fine. If they want for consult after they do the white paper, fine. But some consultation will take place across the board for let them show say waiting then they can't do now. They all man agree with them. Because at the end of the day, now for we all. So everybody for be involved. APC for being involved, other party then we almost don't die now. If then for be involved, for be involved. So we all for involved as Aliens.
I plenty thank you joining us at the program, Honorable Ikeke.
Thank you very much. I still they say in the PR system, for we don't fortunate. We all get different parts of governance who don't they. Doc don't they extensively na the executive and we don't do na the legislative and for be a two-term MP go to 2 elections, they succeed. It means say you have a very good standing for talk about elections at that level. We a PR system will have been the best system to say, oh yes, it's easy. Then giving campaign, I go 1, 2, 3 to campaign the party, I can't sit down, spend less money, be very comfortable for me. I work, I know work for the people, I go, I know nobody know they question me. I have an independence of myself. I only need forget very few people at the party, forget me way through elections. But I am saying, one, for quality representation. They present this argument in PR, you get more quality representation than now. I am sure within the we talk another 1996 PR where we get the likes of Madame Domuya and very few academics that will join parliament and day. But if you compare the last parliament to this one, I am sure you will get a rethink and a review. Secondly, governance is not just about having political parties strive. It's also about having the people to get their voice and choose who they feel say competent for representing them. I think say in a constituency-based system of government, the people can have it better. Thirdly, I still continue emphasizing, Doc, I am not against reforms and reviews of policies and laws. No, I am not. I am saying, even if you review all the laws, even if you take the Quran, say what they need change, you make a part of the laws that say it depends on individual perceptions and individual perspective about governance. If you, within government, me, when a politician not change the way we see ourselves, I'm not sure say the laws what we do will bring any difference. You understand? Secondly, I also believe, yes, like how you say, you are like good things away, like the death penalty. You know, you present that last Friday like the PR of the SLPP. A very good point. We all glad for the death penalty they remove, but again, ask yourself the question: you don't get more extrajudicial killings when they remove the death penalty than if we get the death penalty. So it's not the laws. It's not about the laws. It's about the attitude of those in governance, how they perceive other citizens. Then, yeah.
It's about enforcement of the laws.
Well, who they enforce the law?
So, Honorable Akk, also to round up the program, the constitutional review process still they take place. How the APC go wish or what are the call we now go make for able they part of the process, the review process?
I tell you, say the last letter we Secretary General write, he writes and directly to the president. But let me say again,
on what he write down?
He writes on all governance issue, including the constitutional review. I'll send you a copy of that letter.
So,
but let me say again,
further, I wanna go wish for the part of
let me conclude. Let me also say, in countries where you get systems and laws, you also get good citizens where the whole government accountable who have the experience. I am sure from the Hon.Akk governance to now in 2018, if some of the people the way they talk now be giving all government accountable through writings like I can say AKK they do the former running mate of Hon.Akk NGC. I am sure that they again will shape the opinion of those in governance. But also don't get over the years the complete silence of certain people, you understand, and bodies and with democracy. Also the hamper the sector. Let me end the question you said.
Go to the question and then there will be a discussion for another day.
I like your business too much. The APC is a formidable political party. We will continue, and as I tell you this now, we will present our own position. You understand? Okay. Even if government not think say they need for call, but because we are representing people and people believe in it, and because we believe so, we get the numbers every other day for win elections. We will continue for represent the people and we'll make our own position very, very known. We say, as we amend the laws, also they amend with attitudes towards one another necessarily.
Okay, plenty thank you for joining we inside the program. Na representative for the All People's Congress APC party na Parliament, Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara we join we. Plenty thank you for joining we inside the program, and plenty thank you to Dr. Julius Spencer. Open na the present on a position una go call the media for for Kobaram, as you say, the media know then they ask questions, but me no say the media don't they ask questions and present the things them as they happen in the country. And plenty thank you to Lahai Leema, National Publicity Secretary for the All People's Congress APC party. Now this edition of the program go left for the SLPP, I beg your pardon. For the Salon People's Party, I beg your pardon for that. And plenty thank you to the production team, Michael Sambola, we put the program together, Kabia, support for put the program together, DJ Cliff give technical support, Joseph Songa, Fatimata Samura, Jaffa Mans Davis, Mekuna Civil Live na Facebook. So today, Musa Kamara say bye-bye.
My name is Usman Kamara.
One platform for news every day now we country salon for education, entertainment, political affairs, TV. We got enough Tanga one inside Sierra Leone like a big quantity. We breeze not a shit.